Blackstone Audio presents Hitler by A.N. Wilson. This book is read by Ralph Cosham. Chapter 1. In that hour it began. As the German Chancellor, Hitler instigated the mass murder of as many as 6 million Jews. He forced Western Europe, and eventually the whole world, into a calamitous war, in which over 50 million Europeans were killed. When he committed suicide in 1945, he left his country a burning heap of ruins, financially bankrupt, militarily abject, physically wrecked. It is not surprising, then, that his reputation in history is demonic. Even though Mao Zedong and Stalin killed more people, and history since 1945 has thrown up such monsters as Pol Pot, Hitler has retained his place as the demon king of history, the ultimate horror tyrant. For this reason alone, we feel compelled to revisit the story of his life. In doing so, we perhaps want to pretend that his repellent life views, which drove him to his acts of mayhem and murder, were somehow unique to himself, or if not quite unique, then at least special to the Nazi movement he led. To some degree, if we are thinking of the crazier theories relating to blood purity or the quasi-religious cult of violence based on a return to the mythologies of the pagan North, then we should be right to think that Hitler had nothing in common with the decent bourgeois majority of Europeans of his generation. He was a freak, a satanic oddity, a demon. But this picture of him is not completely tenable. In general, Hitler embodied the views of any popular newspaper, any bar-parlour bore, from England to Russia, from Finland to Sicily, during his lifetime. That is, that science had replaced religion, that Darwin had mysteriously explained everything about the struggles of history, that the fittest would survive, and that among the differing peoples of the earth it was the Aryan or Eurasian race who were superior to the savages found in Africa and South America, or to the Jews. His view, ranted aloud through microphones to rallies of thousands, that the Jews were both the sinister powers at work behind the banks and the stock markets, contriving the world's ruin, and at the same time they were the disease eating away at your savings with anti-capitalist Bolshevik plots, was a fear which did not vanish even when his whole regime had been ground to rubble by his enemies. A spectre was haunting Europe. It was not communism, as Marx and Engels had proclaimed in 1848, though communism was a part of the spectre. It was bankruptcy. And that spectre had haunted Europe ever since the prodigy of modern industrial capitalism began in England in the 18...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?